Nightmare Ariola, and you're watching Mission Boxing Today on YouTube.
Heavyweight boxing fans, what's the deal? All right, man. So, few people, actually, a handful of people sent me links when this took place. When Stiverne came out and said he has bigger fish to fry when talking about fighting Luis Ortiz. It came out on social media. I believe it was his Instagram account or Twitter. It was one of the two. But I forget exactly what he said verbatim, but he was just saying that he was putting to rest all the lies and rumors about fighting Luis Ortiz. He has bigger fish to fry. Okay. Now, for me, when I hear him say that, first, before I get to everything, of course, I would want him to fight Luis Ortiz, especially if they're rated number 1 and number 2 by the WBC, and they're trying to figure out who's going to be the mandatory. Of course. All right. That's just hands down. Now, that's simple, right? To come to that conclusion for me, that was simple. But then I tried to just try to be in Stiverne's shoes and just try to figure out what the hell is he talking about. You know what I mean? So I'm just thinking to myself, like, well, let me see if he's rated by any of the other sanctioned bodies top 15, and he's not. That doesn't necessarily mean everything, because I've seen guys literally not be rated at all. And then next thing you know, they're getting a title shot and they're rated number 7, kind of like what happened with Ariola before he fought Deontay Wilder. And I've seen it happen a few times. That's just the one I can remember right at the top of my head. But so that type of thing happening in different sanctioning bodies, it always happens. So I won't be surprised by that. But he's not rated by any sanctioning body, so I'm trying to figure out what bigger fish is he talking about. I'm assuming he's talking about getting a title shot, or he's probably talking about making the most money, or maybe both. So the WBC already said that they're not going to just give him an automatic title shot because of what happened with the Povetkin thing. They're not doing that. And just because he's rated number 1, they're not doing that. They still want him to fight in a final eliminator. You know what I mean? So that's just something he's going to have to deal with the WBC, according to the statements they made after Stiverne tried to come out and say that he wanted to just, give him the title shot. All right. So Anthony Joshua seems as if he's going to be tied up after the Klitschko fight. If he wins, he's going to have to deal with either defending that IBF title or defending the WBA title. I'm not sure if he's going to drop one. I'm not sure what's going to happen, but Bermane Stiverne's name is not on the radar. Pulev is with the IBF. He's the mandatory. And the WBA mandatory is Luis Ortiz. Okay, so then we move on to Joseph Parker. Parker has Hughie Fury coming up. And then after that, I think Fury is going to be considered the mandatory. So after that, he could take a voluntary defense. Maybe, just maybe, Stiverne can get a ranking by the WBO and he can fight Parker as a voluntary defense. I'm not sure. I'm trying to give Stiverne the benefit of the doubt here. To what is he talking about? Does he have this master plan that, is he the smartest guy in the room and we just don't know? Or what the hell is he talking about? But I don't see his name really on the radar for any type of title shots. Again, if he gets rated in one of these sanctioned bodies top 15, I can see him as a voluntary defense. But Wilder, after this Washington fight, I don't see him. I pray he doesn't take another voluntary defense, man. Regardless of situations and circumstances, it's either the mandatory for me, man, or I want to see a unification with Wilder. That's what I want to see, either the mandatory or unification. You know what I mean? That's what I want to see. If you want to see different, hey, that's fair enough. I'm not here to change your opinion. But, yeah, I don't know what the hell Stiverne's talking about. People have been asking me my opinion. And even when I try to, look at it from being a part of his team standpoint, I just don't get what he's talking about. Povetkin, it seems as if that was the most money he was going to make in a fight. I'm not sure how much he made for the Wilder fight, but I know for the Povetkin, I think there was like 1.4 million that he was going to receive. So he's not going to fight Povetkin, so that's a big money fight. That isn't going to take place. It didn't take place, and I don't see it taking place, especially when there's nothing on the line now as far as that interim title that him and Povetkin was going to fight for. I don't know what the hell he's talking about, man. Maybe somebody in the comment section, one of you guys, I pretty much went over everything I think that can be a possibility by looking at all the sanctioning bodies, being that he's not rated, but I understand how you can get rated just like that. So maybe that can happen, and maybe he's, but I just don't see it. Then if Klitschko wins, I don't see Klitschko fighting Stiverne. He would have to fight Pulev or Ortiz. You know what I mean? And then I don't know, man. Maybe Stiverne just thinks fighting Ortiz is just a huge risk. But the risk, I mean, if you win, yeah, that's the risk you're taking to be the fucking mandatory for Deontay Wilder. You want to fight Wilder in the rematch. You want your title back. You're dogged on getting your fight with Wilder again. You're gonna have to earn it, man. You know, only fight that Stiverne has had is the Derek Rossi fight, and nothing against Derek Rossi. He's a tough guy, and if you don't show up on your game that night, Rossi can fuck around and beat you or make it very tough and debatable on the scorecards. I've seen him do it before. The Glasscoff and Tepper and guys like that. So I don't know what the hell Bermane Stiverne is talking about. Bigger fish to fry. I went on his Instagram the other day. He had a training clip up. I put it up on my page, and he said there's an announcement coming soon. So hopefully, you know, he just says, the hell with the man. I'm going to fight Ortiz for this mandatory spot and go from there. I'm not sure how much money he's going to make. I have no idea, man. So I know it won't be anywhere near the money he was going to make for Povetkin. I would assume that, you know what I mean? But I don't know, man. I don't want to start counting these dudes' pockets. I don't know how much money he's going to make if he were to fight Ortiz. But one thing I do know is he gets a shot at Deontay Wilder again. That's one thing I do know if he were to beat Ortiz. So, I mean, he was going to fight Povetkin to get a shot at Wilder. But with the Povetkin fight came a $1.4 million price tag too, though. So if he did lose, he went home with over $1 million. And I'm sure he has to pay managers and trainers and all that, but he was going to go home with a nice purse. Being if he fights Ortiz and he loses, I'm not sure how much money he's going to make. But this is the risk, though, man. You know, this is the risk you got to take. But he says he has bigger fish to fry, so I guess we'll see what this guy is. Looking at the rankings and looking at all the guys that have fights coming up, I don't see who it's going to be. You know, so I don't know if he's going to try to take a stay busy type of fight in the meantime until he can fry bigger fish or whatever. But I'm not sure, man. You guys converse with me in the comment section, man. Let me know what you think. Who do you guys think the bigger fish are? Or do you think he has some master plan up his sleeve that we just don't know about? But as of right now, it just looks like he doesn't want any work from Ortiz. He doesn't want to go that route. That's just what it looks like to me. You guys let me know what you think in the comment section. I'm out.